Well, hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. We thought it was gone. We thought it was subsiding. Because, the rate at which the infections were coming on were going down. And we're saying, okay, the life is coming back. Our business is coming back. Economy is coming back. Sport is coming back. And then here comes the winter. It was predicted long ago that probably that the weather will have an effect on this COVID-19. We thought basically it will go away. It's not going to be another Spanish flu. But from what we are seeing, the figures kept rising. We're talking about 100,000 infections in a single day in the United States of America. We're talking about England, United Kingdom, saying, oh, we are going on another lockdown coming from Thursday. We are looking at France, saying we are going on, on a lockdown. We are looking at Ireland, saying, no, we are shutting down. And I tell you this, Nigeria cannot be an exception. It is a global village. So when we talk that the world is a global village, we are saying you fly from Lagos to London in 7 hours. You are there. You are in the UK. So what happened today can still happen over there. Let us still observe these safety protocols. Let's stop the super spreading. We come down to our constituency, which is sport, because I tell you, it's not been well. And if you narrow it down to football, it tells us, yes, something staggering is really out there. Arguably one of the best footballers, one of the greatest footballers of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, I tell you this, he was down. He was down. He tested positive for COVID-19. And I tell you, for 19 good days, he was shut out and just coming out to play for his club. Probably he may play today when Juve plays, but for the past 19 days, he has been down. Come down further and look at it. Because when you start from the head, who do you get at the head of football in the whole world? You talk about Gianni Infantino. Infantino has tested positive for COVID-19. The CAF president, Ahmad has tested positive for COVID-19. It is not looking well for football. It is not looking well for the sport, which we say we are having. So wherever we are here now in Nigeria, we are asking you to please wear your mask wherever you are. If you are in public, wear your mask. If you go out, wear your mask. Observe this social distancing. Listen to what the medical experts are telling us to do, because the second phase might be worse than the first phase. We don't wish it so, but we just have to prepare our minds, prepare ourselves. It is good that we are saying our sports will come back, but then you don't compare ourselves here in Nigeria. I'll still bring my colleagues into this discussion. You don't compare ourselves with what happens here in Nigeria with what happens all over the world. How many tests do we take in a day? We are saying Nigeria is playing Sierra Leone very soon, and then we've just been made know that the governor has said he's going to throw the gates open, for people to watch the match right there in Benin. We are going to before we look at other things that are happening. Let me bring my colleagues who are already in the house. That is Ahmad, CAF president, who, as we speak now, is in self-isolation after testing positive for COVID-19. Yemi, you're welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, viewers. You have said it all, and the statistics are very, very staggering. COVID-19 is not gone. We should all understand that the risk is very, very much out there. FIFA president, like you said, Infantino has tested positive. Ahmad, the CAF president, has tested positive. Entire Lazio team, they've gone on quarantine now after some members of that particular team tested positive. Don't forget that on Wednesday, when they played their Champions League match against Club Brugge, they played with a depleted team. The likes of Immobile was not part of that particular team. The entire team now has gone on quarantine. And like you said, we're seeing countries and now seeing another series of lockdown and saying, oh, they are entering the second wave of this particular pandemic. And I think we should take it very, very serious. And bringing it back home, the Super Eagles match, I don't see why any reason why that match cannot be played behind closed doors. This is not a time to throw the gate of the stadium open for people to come in. We should understand that the risk is still very much out there. And we don't even have the kind of healthcare system that these Western countries have. So we don't want to to strain the little that we have here to the extent that we cannot really cope. So we should consider our loved ones, consider our families, and consider consider the healthcare workers who are in the front line.
Exactly.
If you look at the NCDC figure yesterday, since from after the protest, elections, and everything, we've moved from 115 to 150. As yesterday was 163. So it shows that we are also
on the rise.
On the rise, and we need to watch it. Really, we need to watch it.
Theo, he just mentioned that we are on the rise, and when you look at 163, you cannot get 200 when you are testing 150.
Absolutely.
It means
even because we are not testing
up to about 10% capacity of what. Because if we are testing that much, we're talking about 1,000 to 2,000 plus only in a single day.
Yeah.
So Theo, I mean, we are saying, look, he just said so that Nigeria Sierra Leone match will take place in Benin, and we are saying the governor or they said they want to throw the gates open. We've had these political rallies where they super spread. Unfortunately, we have the youths who protested where super spread. Yeah. Should we also face this?
I don't think it's not really necessary. Good afternoon, viewers. Good to be on the program again. The match against Sierra Leone, I think it should be played behind closed doors. There should be no reason why that match cannot be played behind closed doors. The cases are rising every day. And like Emir Efele said, we have to look at the frontline workers. That's the medical workers who are on the front line fighting this thing. We have to look at the fact that they equally have families themselves, putting their life on the line, putting themselves at risk for the past couple of months. We cannot be irresponsible, because that's our target us. Opening the gate right now, we'll be irresponsible, telling people to come. I mean, we saw what happened with the protest. We saw what happened with the rallies, and the figures keep going up every day. A lot of people dismiss it as it's not real, it's not this, it's not that. But I'm pretty sure everybody here knows one person or the other that recovered from COVID-19 or that got infected by it. So we have to be really, really careful. Now, England is shutting down yet again. France is shutting down. Germany, I think, is shut down.
Absolutely.
Already. I don't think Nigeria is ready for another lockdown again. No, I don't think we are ready for another lockdown again. The last one, I know what it was like. And the next one, if it happens again, it wouldn't be nice. So we have to play our own part, be responsible citizens, wear your nose mask at all times, and just do what is right, because we cannot actually afford to go on another lockdown yet again.
Okay, you've had that, like Yemi rightly pointed out, as Simona Halep too has just tested positive, to COVID-19. So it is raving. We're trying to say, put it right there in our consciences that this thing is here with us. We pray it goes off, but we must do something. You don't just pray, you walk and pray, so that your prayers are the work of your hands. That's Simona there. She has also tested positive. Yemi just told you now that.
And Ken, you see, if you look at the kind of bubble that elite sports, for example, in the UK, that they've been able to create, having to test before those matches,
before games,
we don't even have those kind of capacity. So we can't create that kind of but it's almost impossible for us to do. So it will be very, very responsible for anybody to just throw the gate open and allow fans come to say, okay, in the name of Super Eagles Sierra Leone match, allow everybody come in and keep spreading the virus.
If you want to do that, we all know the capacity of Obe Stadium. Okay, fine. You say, okay, fine. If the capacity is 20,000 or 30,000, if you're having 5,000 spread in such a way that, okay, there might be social distancing or whatever, that is well, you go make sure that from each gate, you know how many people are entering, and then, and make that you also, because like you said, we are testing. They've told us that to test someone in Nigeria will cost about 50,000 naira. How many tests can we do? All of our clamor, bring back MPFA. Politics are doing it, politics are doing that. Bring us MPFA. You want to test 30 players times 50,000. How many times are you doing on a daily basis? Because these clubs in Europe, they are testing almost on a daily basis. Because you might be negative today, tomorrow you become positive. And then you don't want to spread it. So basically, these are things we're talking about here, that it is something that we must all look at it, and we must bear it. We'll burn what is worse, but we can bear this. We can bear this. You just have to do it.
Even on a lighter note, I remember Zlatan Ibrahimovic got tested as well and then recovered. But he came out and he tweeted and he said, the virus came as Zlatan, but Zlatan conquered the virus. But that's because I am Zlatan. He said, you are not Zlatan. Do not joke with this. Do not play with this.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Observe social.
And then most importantly, COVID-19 is not malaria. A lot of people come out and say,
it's just the flu.
It's not. It's actually more serious than that. So we have to try as much as possible to be responsible and do the right thing at all times.
Okay, do the right thing at all times, and that is what we are saying here. We're just playing our little role, playing our little part in order to say that, yes, we are safe, our sport is safe, we do not lose any sportsmen irresponsible because of our actions that we failed to take. We just have to be responsible for ourselves. You look out for for the next person, and then a healthy nation is a wealthy nation, and you cannot be healthy when you are infected and infested by COVID-19. We just have to get clean out of our system, prevent it. When you kill it, if it doesn't move, if it has no space to go, the thing dies. Now, this is something that is there because not just sport. Yeah. Look at when you drive now, how many people wear masks? Now, how many walk with masks? Look at the buses; they are all cramped. Look at everywhere. We just take everything in this country as if to
Nigerians have moved on.
There is the world and there is Nigeria. As if Nigeria is not part of the world. I'm talking about Lagos here, where we are. You just observe, go out and observe. Watch them on the bike. Watch them in public transport. Even the government-owned public transport system, people are just jumping in and jumping out. I think we have a savior upstairs. I just hope that our gene, maybe they'll just inject us and let us get this immunization.
I went to a particular market the first day.
Yes.
Wore my face mask. The second day I got there,
you look at odd man out.
I was like the odd person, and they started badging among themselves. They started referring to me as COVID-19.
COVID-19. There is a word we normally use. I shade you. You understand?
Say that they carry out
COVID-19. Please, it is not a joke. We just have to be responsible. We just have to be serious and get these things done. Okay, we move on from there. Some of the league matches, let's just discuss that. Did take place during the week. I want us to start from Spain.
A good place to start.
Of course, in La Liga.
I want to start with La Liga. But let us just discuss this.
Yeah.
Barcelona, 4 matches without a win.
Yes.
Yesterday they played a 1-1 draw with Alaves, a 10-man. What is going on?
Okay. First off, news from Barca coming out of Spain.
Yeah.
The board.
Okay, the board resigned. We're not taking that.
Yeah, the board.
The Barca board has resigned.
The Bartomeu-led board resigned and
forcing.
Yes, basically, and we saw they were actually going to start a vote of no confidence, like I talked about.
Yeah,
they're actually going to start, and the board actually resigned alongside members of the board. So we have an interim board now at Barcelona. But the thing is, looking at what is happening on the pitch, it's even confusing. At a point in the match yesterday, you could see Ronald Koeman with his hand on his face. The man was actually confused.
I mean, it was helpless.
Like he didn't know what to do. But then again, we've seen instances whereby people are coming and saying there are some players in the team that we think should have been phased out by now. Yes, it's a complaint that comes up whenever a team is not doing well. But when you look at the fact that, okay, these people are not giving as much as they used to give in times past. Talking about certain players like Sergio Busquets, Gerard Piqué, and even basically the backline of Jordi Alba. And then we have young players coming up through the ranks that are trying to do well, like Sergio Dest, Frankie de Jong, even Ansu Fati, who is actually playing very well. But it just seems like defensive frailties is what is currently affecting Barcelona at the moment. You're not scoring goals as much, but I think that you're currently conceding goals. So basically, you have Barca trailing games. So it's really, really tiring as a Barca fan, or even when neutrals watch, they come up with the saying, okay, the players shouldn't be in this team at the moment. It's a top-level club. Going up to play against Juventus midweek in the Champions League, dominating that game. When they're coming up against Deportivo Alaves, and all of a sudden looking like you are a Division 2 side.
So is he getting it right in Europe and getting it wrong?
Now there's this talk about the fact that he doesn't play Sergio Busquets in Europe. He plays him in the league.
Okay.
Instead, he plays Miralem Pjanic, who Barca signed from Juve. He plays him in the Champions League. And you get to see the difference. There's more energy. He's more brutal. He's more of an enforcer. Busquets is actually a more relaxed marksman. I was talking to Yemi.
One of the best readers of the game.
Yeah, he is one of the best readers of the game. But I was talking to Yemi not too long before we came on, and I asked that how many clubs will Busquets starting right now with this current style of play as a defensive midfielder, as a holding midfielder? He's someone that players run past. See boys that are 23, 24 years old, just go past him like he's not there. So I think he's way past his prime, or he has to play into in another role. I really do not know.
So is it just a weak link that Barca has now, or do you think something is fundamentally wrong with Barcelona?
I think to a large extent something actually wrong with the club, because you look at signings who they brought in over the past couple of years for big money. Talking about Coutinho, talking about Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann scoring his first goal of the season. Griezmann has been at Barca now for nearly 2 years. Since the big money move from Atletico Madrid, I don't think he's got up to 20 or 30 goals in the Barca shirt. And that's a very, very poor return for a player that was signed with so much hope and so much hype from a rival club in the La Liga. Even Luis Suarez, who traded the other way to Atletico Madrid, seems to be faring even better than Antoine Griezmann. So, and then there was talk about Lionel Messi wanting to leave, and basically some players not wanting the coach there. Ken, the talk is just everywhere.
Okay, do we Clinton glasses for Eden Hazard 292 days or so? 293, 19
Well,
days?
Eden Hazard scored it.
1 year and a month.
Yeah, but you see, to be fair to him, I listened to his post-match comment, and he said injury has not been fair to him, and you would say rightly so. He joined with so much after Real Madrid sold Ronaldo. They brought in Eden Hazard to fill in that particular role as somebody they feel can give you double digits season in, season out. But unfortunately, the first season has not been really, really good for him due to injury. You saw how excited Zidane was yesterday with that particular goal. He collected that pass from Valverde and used his left foot, a typical Eden Hazard finish. So let's hope that those injury worries are really, really behind him, and he can pick up from there. So injury is what has actually hampered him.
There was only talk of when he joined the club back then that he joined overweight. You know,
absolutely, he came back overweight. Even this, at the beginning of this season, he came back overweight.
When you are not playing, when you are only training, of course, you must add that weight. That is it.
But then again, it doesn't take away his quality. We know what Eden Hazard is capable of.
Absolutely, he alluded to that himself. I'm a very good player. I'm not getting younger. I'm almost 30.
290 something days.
I know how to manage my body better now.
We want to see how to.
We're moving forward. Like Yemi Refilis there. We know what he can do.
We know what he can do.
Let's just see.
Okay, let's hope this will break. Then also now that this is the turnaround, that he has just crossed that point and is back.
And after that, his goal, Real Madrid went on to dominate that particular game, winning 4-0 and remaining at the top of the league.
So it is now good for Madrid, also good for Hazard.
Yes.
So this is the new era of.
It's just a game. Okay. Yes, we take it one after the other. I know where you're going.
I'm not going. I'm just trying to.
Let's not run ahead of ourselves.
My guys, I like understanding you guys. Okay, let's go to England. The last time Arsenal won at Old Trafford, September 2016. 2006. Yes. So we're talking about 13, 14 years ago.
I think a child that was born there should be in SS.
I wish Jim is still around. Probably his press calculator to find out what. I mean, today Arsenal visits with Arteta. What are you seeing a new Arsenal? Are you seeing a new team? And then against a Manchester United side also that has not been impressive at home. You play 3 matches, 2 losses and a draw.
But you must give it to Arteta with what he's been able to do and what he's still doing with the Arsenal squad. You can see the progress. You can see that the trajectory is towards something positive. And I like the way he's controlling his dressing room. He's not allowing a dissident to tear the team apart, stamping his authority and his style of play. I expect a very, very tough game against a United side at Old Trafford this afternoon. And going by United's home record, I don't see any reason why Arsenal cannot pick the 3 point there
after 14 years.
Old Trafford. It's not impossible. And come think of it, the fans are not there, and we've seen a lot happen this season. Your fans are the 12th man on the pitch. They are not there. It's more like it's a level playing field. The home advantage is almost gone.
Understand your
pitch. Totally gone. Absolutely. So the home advantage is almost gone. And with the way they are playing, and if United, yes, their form in Europe, yes, has been good, but at home, just like Barcelona, they've been they've given lackluster performances. So if Arsenal can really up their game, if United don't bring their A game to the distance, that record will count for nothing.
Okay. Their record will count for nothing, like you just said. Manchester United had played 3 matches at home, and then they had just one solitary point from that draw against Chelsea. But if you look at the other way again, they've won 10 consecutive away matches. Sometimes these things baffle you because you don't know how. You lost to Crystal Palace at home, you go away, you go and beat top teams and stuff. You go and beat PSG. All right, I want to take a very short break. When we come back, our Channel Sport on Sunday continues. Okay, you're welcome back. Last week we talked about the great Pelé. He turned 80. That should be it's not difficult to remember because he turned 80 on the 23rd of October, and then we looked at that. If he turned 20 on the 23rd of October, which means he would have been born in 1940, and then we all know that He is the Brazilian all-time top scorer with 77 goals. But then in Nigeria, on Pele's 23rd birthday, on the 23rd of October 1963, Rashid Yekini was born. It means, both of them were born on the 23rd. And then the 23rd happened on the 23rd on the 23rd. And Rashid became and still remains a Nigerian all-time top scorer. Then a week later, that means, we're now celebrating Diego Armando Maradona, who turned 60, which is a week after Pele turned 80. So you can see them 23rd to on the 30th and stuff. So Maradona is 60. And when guys were asked to vote, who would be the player of the century, Maradona was voted as the player of the century. But then trust scientists, they look at it, they say, was it representative enough? How come that over 60-70% of those who voted were Argentines? How come that it was not representative? So they now came and said, okay, let the journalists Arab who voted and vote, and then now choose Pele. So that was why you now have Pele and Maradona as the joint players of the century. Now, the thought has always been there. With Messi and Ronaldo coming to dominate at this era, it has always been who is the GOAT. I don't understand this GOAT team because nobody likes to be called the GOAT. But then now we prefer to be GOAT. But that is an acronym for greatest of all time. So when we say GOAT, we're not talking about sheep or other animals. We're talking about the greatest of all time. Okay, that is the same with Mbappe. Pele with Mbappe. So we're talking about Pele. We're talking about Maradona. We're talking about Messi. We're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Who amongst these, there they are, the icons. Who amongst these do you believe is the greatest player of all time? When we open the line, you will join the discussion. But let us start from the house. Obum, after coming back from his French leave, is back in the house. Obum Osigwe, you're welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Ken. Yeah. Good afternoon, Yemi. Good to be here once again. Okay, when I was at the backstage, I overheard Yemi saying so much about Arteta. I think Arteta is about going the same path Unai Emery went with Arsenal. There is no creative hub in that team. That team is struggling for creativity. They're finding it difficult to score goals. Obviously, he has improved the team a bit better tactically, but there's no creative hub in that team. And his best creative player, he left him out of the Premier League. He left him out of the Europa. I thought it was a stupid decision.
£350,000 per week.
I thought it was a very stupid decision to leave Mesut Ozil out of the team because there was an interview from Arsene Wenger, I think a week or two ago. He said that Mesut Ozil has the capacity to produce a moment of brilliance in a game. And Arsenal have lost games. Look at what they did against Leicester City. Because there was no creativity in that team. And there's a Mesut Ozil analyzing the match, tweeting real time as the match is going on. I think that is poor from the Arsenal management. And going to Old Trafford today, the last time they won at Old Trafford was the FA Cup where Danny Welbeck got the winning goal. I can't remember the last time.
The last time they won was 2006. September.
It's outrageous. And I think that one will continue today because Manchester United team has found some level of form. Beating PSG in their own backyard has given them a lot of confidence. And seeing the style of Rashford is in great form. Man United, if they continue in this rich vein of form, they're getting back to the Manchester United of Sir Alex Ferguson that we used to know. Free-flowing football, good goals. See the beautiful goals Rashford scored in the Champions League over last week. And I think if that same Manchester United team turn up today, they'll take Arsenal to the pieces.
But are you not looking at the drop in form of Aubameyang, that the guy has not scored?
The issue is not Aubameyang.
Exactly. You talk about creativity. Exactly. I agree with you.
Secondly, he's being played out. He's being shunted to the left-hand side of the field. That is not his natural position. And Arteta is tinkering with that team too much. Defensively and play a consistent team. Have a first level.
He probably is putting into practice what they learned from Pep.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. Look at it. Whatever system Pep is using, he has much better players. Adaptability to the system. But look at Arsenal. How many good players come vis-a-vis to Manchester City, and you are leaving your best creative? It's just preposterous. It's totally unacceptable.
Okay, okay. Who is your GOAT? Because this conversation, we're opening the lines now. You join the conversation. For those of you, some of you didn't watch Pele, some of you didn't watch Maradona.
Absolutely, and that is what it will come down to. Really, that's what it will come down to.
Let's look at some of the major stats. Pele had 3 World Cups. He won 3 World Cups. He didn't win a Ballon d'Or because he didn't play in Europe. You get it
He
now.
played in his
I think you know he won the league titles. We shall bring the stats for us to see. Maradona won one World Cup. That was in Mexico 86. Won 3 league titles. You understand? You know, he won one in Argentina with Boca Junior. Okay, these are the stats. Maybe you can take them.
Pele played when Santos, he won Campeonato Brasileiro.
That's
the championship.
yeah.
Serie A, 1966 Serie A,
Six times.
Serie A title. Copa
Yes.
Libertadores 2, Intercontinental Cup 2, Intercontinental Super Cup in 1968, Campeonato Paulista 10. I guess that's some form
that
of
is continental trophies. Yeah.
Then he won with Torneo Rio Sao Paulo 4 titles, New York Cosmos, North American Soccer League Bowl, 1977. Atlantic Conference Championship, so many titles.
So he won 3 World Cup titles.
The non-official titles.
So these are at least basically he won 3 World Cup titles. He won a lot of the league trophies, and that put him there. Maradona had the 1966 just one World Cup and 3 league titles. You understand?
Yeah, and that's Diego Maradona for Boca Juniors.
He won the Copa del Rey with Barcelona.
Absolutely, Copa del Rey with Barcelona in 1983.
The Copa de la Liga.
Copa de la Liga,
the Super Cup.
The Super Cup also in 1983. Then from there he moved on to
he went to Napoli.
Naples to play for Napoli.
Yeah.
And in Napoli
he won 2 league titles.
He won 2 league titles
and
Copa Italia.
And the UEFA Cup.
He won the UEFA Cup that same season. He won the FIFA World Cup once. That was in 1986.
Okay.
So in '79, he won the 2nd edition of the World Youth Championship when he led that was in Japan when he led Argentina to Japan and they won the 1986 World Cup. So this is Lionel Messi has won the.
Let's not go there.
Let's see, and that's why I said it will always come to your vote. Your vote will be a function of the generation.
I think it's unfair
that you belong to.
I think it's unfair.
And I'm going to say it, like you said.
Yes.
A lot of us didn't see Pele.
Yes.
Pele is, how do I put it? Said to have scored over 1,000 goals in his
1324 goals.
In his career.
Yeah.
We didn't see not on record. Yes, they said okay. Yes, that's what he's called. But personally, I saw Maradona.
Yeah.
I saw the 1986 World Cup. I saw the Italian 90, where Argentina played Cameroon, even in that opening game. We saw him in USA 94.
Yeah. Where he was sent out.
Where he was sent out for drugs. So we saw Maradona. We knew what he was able to do. I'm talking about myself. So I would say I will give it to Maradona. He was able to do it for club and country. I don't know. He was in Europe with Barcelona. He was with Napoli. He never won the Champions League. So I don't know what he did for club. I don't know what he did for club. He single-handedly carried Napoli. That is it. But he was in Barcelona. Didn't he carry Barcelona?
The truth of the matter, Ken.
How old was he when he was in Barcelona? He left Barcelona for Napoli.
Pele won the World Cup at 17. And I was winning championship with Santos at 17.
The truth of the matter, I think it's unfair to compare Pele, Maradona and
Messi and Maradona.
Let's analyze Pele and
Maradona, yes.
I will go with Pele any day over Maradona.
Yeah.
The records are there. And when the records are part, the discipline-wise, Pele...
We are not analyzing their character.
It's part of
we are analyzing their career.
Performance-enhancing drugs is an issue.
What they've been able to achieve for themselves.
Let's go to Jos. Hello.
Mohammed from Jos.
Hello, Mohammed. Can we up the volume a bit?
Yeah, Ken. Hello. Good afternoon, Ken.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Mohammed calling from Jos.
Yeah.
Yes. Before I go on to the topic of discussion, I want to talk about the NMC. I heard that they only approved 30 stadium. For me, I think that is a very good decision. Despite the fact the thing affected my club here, Plateau United, because we don't have a good stadium there. But I think it's a very good decision. I just hope they will not compromise at the end of the day. I just hope they will stick to their roots and they will not compromise because it will make the club to be, it will improve our league. Just imagine the idea Warrior Stadium. Even in Kakamon, the name of this Abaman country, Gabon, you won't see their clubs are playing in full-size stadium. I said it's a problem for us to be approving a stadium where a CAF, we cannot even play a CAF competition on the stadium. And our league will approve the way. I think it's a very good embarrassment to us. So regarding the greatest of all time, I have an issue with the list you mentioned. Why did not include Zinedine Ronaldo, the Lima? For me, I didn't watch Maradona. I was watching YouTube. I watched Pele on YouTube. I think I would choose Maradona.
Okay.
I had one of them. But regarding Messi with Ronaldo, I would even choose Zinedine Zidane of them. Because it's all about statistics. How technical the player is. I could only consider that thing. How impact the player makes your team.
Yeah, Mohammed, that is exactly the impact. The impact is what we're talking about here. The impact translates into trophies, into stats. And that is the thing.
Yeah. So, I would choose Zinedine Zidane ahead of Maradona and Messi. And I would choose Messi. But I'm a Real Madrid, I would choose Messi ahead of Ronaldo.
Zinedine Zidane?
Yes, I would choose ahead of Ronaldo.
Okay, he won over Ronaldo.
Over Ronaldo and Messi.
Over Messi. Okay. I know. I like this because that is a general opinion. People are putting Franz Beckenbauer there. People are put so I mean,
they have players.
They're good players.
These players we're talking about have been exceptional.
Exceptionally good.
Ken, let's tell ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
Put Maradona side by side with Messi. Messi is a far better player. Won everything that needs to be won. So this is all about sentiments of this.
So anyway, they didn't play in the same.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
It doesn't matter.
You see, people are talking about this not playing in the same era, which I agree with you. But in that era, you also play against other people, against the best that they put for you.
Exactly.
So you cannot play. You cannot be born in 1940 and start comparing whatever it is. But there are people who you competed with.
They were very
Did you
good.
beat your contemporaries at that point in time? That's what they are rating you.
How far
did you dominate? Some kind of time it overlaps. Okay, let us use the opportunity to just go. Let us just look at for Formula One, because yesterday at the third Grand Prix in Italy, I'm trying that it was Bottas who was on pole ahead of Hamilton. But let's look at this. Last week before we left, we were saying he has just equaled Michael Schumacher's 91 wins. You understand? He went on to win 92. So outrightly, he has more. He has more wins. He has 97 pole positions. You understand? Schumacher, when you overtake Schumacher at 68, you can imagine the next person. In fact, the next two active poles, if you add it together, you are not talking about getting to that to where he is. And we're talking about a Vettel that won 4 in a row as among those ones. So how do you now come into okay, tomorrow if he wins now, we have 5 more races to go in this season, and he's already leading with 77 points. Can you make a case for Hamilton now as the greatest racer or Formula racer of all time?
Like you said, the records are very, very clear,
Yes.
and the scoreboard doesn't lie.
Yes.
So Formula One
is the GOAT.
Is the GOAT, no doubt about it. He has, when he equaled Schumacher's record, they were like, "Oh, will he be able to get over that?" And he did that.
Let's go. We have a caller from the United States.
Emeka from
Emeka, how are you?
I'm great, sir.
Yeah, we are fine. We are fine here, Emeka.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying your discussion.
Okay. Go on, Emeka. Go on.
Look. Absolutely. I don't know much about Messi and the rest of them playing now.
Okay.
I still vote for Pele. Pele is still the greatest.
Pele is still the greatest.
Somebody challenge. Yes. I overheard somebody saying that it's not a matter of character. In sports, character matters a lot.
Okay.
And talent, too. So I'll put it in for Pele. He's the greatest.
He's the
As
greatest.
sports and soccer is concerned. Yeah.
Okay, but unfortunately, Europe did not have the opportunity to see him play, apart from when he went to Sweden and play for the World Cup. And in '66, when he came back, they didn't give him that chance because he was injured. Okay. Okay, Emeka said he gave it. He's given to Pele. But then I tend also to agree with you in the fact that you judge your character and judge your action.
Because
your action was on the pitch.
your
So it's not the character.
He's very right.
To have an edge over your competitors. And when you have a shady character, it diminishes whatever good you have done.
But you see, let me just take him on this. I'll come back to you. Sorry. Tell me one footballer who does not cheat. If you are going to watch the next match, they will put the ball on. The ball will hit them. They will still raise their hands. How come?
Doping.
No, how sincere? I want to ask you a general question. How sincere are footballers? If you want to swear for a footballer that did not lie, based on what you watch every day on the pitch, can you vouch for any footballer that he doesn't tell lies?
That's guess.
Apart from Polo Di Canio, that and he said no. This guy, this is not a penalty. This guy. How many times do you see it? Do you know that they will stimulate? They will
just to get
they will
kick from the referee.
You will kick a ball into the corner. You will still raise your hand. That is what I don't understand.
Honest people in football.
How many of them are? Point one.
I understand what Emeka is trying to say.
Yes.
When you're supposed to, people look at you holistically.
Yeah.
And
as a role model,
you're
exactly.
supposed to lead by example.
Yes.
The doping issue.
Issues with doping.
Tainted
Maradona. What of the hand of devil?
No, that's part of that's
part of what? You score with your hand.
That's part of the game. That's part of the game.
You do ruin that
Machiavellian concept. All is fair in war. You do everything to win the game.
You know, at a point, they didn't want to give him visa to enter England. Because how can you a short Maradona with a Peter Shilton that is up there, and then you then you say it's the hand of God.
But why did you call it hand of devil?
There you are. All right, let's go back to Abuja.
Ukwo calling from Abuja.
Ukwo, how are you?
I'm very well.
I know you are the one. The moment I saw Ukwo, I know you are the one.
And Yemi, how is everybody?
We're fine.
Yeah.
Are you?
This is your mommy, your one and only mommy, the pastor that usually calls you from Abuja.
Abuja,
yes, you know.
Yes, we do.
I'm still waiting for my invitation, Ken.
When are you? No. We told you any weekend you are in Lagos, walk to the studio. Open invitation, yes.
How are you?
Yeah.
We're fine.
We are fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to see everybody after all the wahala, the pandemic, the SARS and everything, and we are all alive.
We shall overcome.
We share opinions and things together. We're happy. We give glory to God for everything, for the privilege and opportunity to see each other again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
I've been watching. I will give my vote to Pele.
Mm-hmm.
He's a team player. He's humble.
Yeah.
He's just calm. I'll give that to him.
Okay.
And again, before I drop, I want to, when Mohammed called from Jos, he said something about that. Actually, so people are not talking about us today. And I don't know, our league, our children. You see our team now. I would say they are diaspora team players that we have.
Okay.
You see them, they are all either from Germany, from Austria, from our coach, diaspora, team, diaspora. What happened to our children at home? If we go out to look for them, like they're doing, I'm sorry, like Amadou is doing with all the children that are up there, that are enjoying. They have the privilege of being there and they are enjoying already. Some of them, you are even calling them, they are doing you shakara. They say, I have to play. I'll play for England. I'll play for you. Understand? They have this dual citizenship. What of our children at home? Nothing is happening again. How would we have discovered Yakini that you just mentioned? What about Stephen Keshi? See what he did. He's so rest in peace. See what he did. Since that last time we won that AFCON, nothing happened again. Look at the money. This thing, it hurts me. This time I think about it. Players are playing. They are all there. They are going there to bed there. And we leave our own home, our house, empty.
Our home. Okay, they have said Actually, they've said that the league will start.
Ken, wait first.
Okay.
And he wants government to support him. But when it comes to FIFA team, they say no. What do you people say? No, FIFA, whatever. They are on our own. There is something. There's language that they use to speak.
I agree.
No government is adherent.
Yes.
Today, government has to support. You think he's additional or Kosewala? With all this impunity that is going on in NFS, nothing is happening, and you want to go to camp. I'm telling a living God. Please, let's put our house in order. I am prepared. My heart is bleeding. So our children, nothing is happening at home.
Exactly.
Because we don't have, nobody is, even our scout is diaspora. Our scout is abroad.
The scout is abroad.
Those children. Oh, boy, shoot. No, Papa. Thank you.
Lady Upo, I want to give you a good news that they said the league will be starting anytime. They said anytime from.
Anytime is no time.
No, they said anytime from 15th of November. So from then on, we can, but like now, I love it because they have to say subject to when the PTF, I think, want to do it. It tells a lot, like we are saying. It's not as if we don't say the football shouldn't come back. We've been watching European football. But like we say, do we have the capacity to test?
Because they do, and in the Premier League, every round of...
There's almost 3 days.
After weekend round of matches, they would
test.
The numbers, the last figures they released, that there were only 2 cases in the Premier League in the last round of tests.
Yes.
That was in the last weekend before this present one. So Nigeria needs to be sure. I'm sure we have to play those. If at all we need to restart, the clubs should maintain the discipline, every discipline, social distancing instructions. They should adhere to that. We can't
who is there to enforce?
But anyway, they've also come out to say, okay, fine. They visited, and I don't know when, but they did it. They did visit the stadiums, and they said 13. They have approved the 13 stadiums. We shall give you the list of the approved stadium. They approved 13.
So what happened to the rest?
Some of them, they said they should go and do some renovation and upgrade. And some of them, 2 of them, that they must do a lot of total overhaul that are involved. So at least for now, 13 stadiums have been given the clean bill of health, to host the matches. We are all for the matches to start. Okay, let's come back to Lagos because...
Okay,
how are you? Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Akin.
Hello?
Akin. Is it Akin or Akin?
Yes.
Akin.
Akin.
I know is it Akin Tola, Akin Bode, Akin? Okay, it's Akin Shale.
Akin Yele Kadupe.
Why would you have to add Dupe? Keep it at Akin Yele. Do you have to add the other ones?
Akin Yele.
Okay, let's stop at Akin. Okay, Akin Yele. Okay, there used to be one Akin Yele who was in sport. We all know him. Oh, yeah, let's hear you. Adupe. Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Akin.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thinking about the best player of the century, and I think it is Pele.
Okay.
Pele has actually impacted so many generations of footballers.
Okay. Did he impart you? Did you play?
At his 80th birthday, I mean, you can see the generations of footballers that actually applauded to him.
Yes.
So please, it's Pele. Pele and Pele and Pele. Even we say the third one, if you say Pele and Pele and Pele.
And Pele. Pele. Okay, thank you, Akin. But you listen to Lady Okwa from Abuja talking about things happening in our league, our domestic league. So also, for those of you who are calling, let us see how we are going to situate that. Let us. Before this caller scheme, we're talking about Formula One, and we're saying Hamilton has a 6 championship, has okay, all right, 6 championship, has 97 poles, 92 wins, go for 93 today. Okay, that's it. We'll come back. Want to go on a short break, and when we come back, these are the drivers standing for now. But when we come back, we shall take this and other sports stories. Stay with us. Okay, you're welcome back. We have Eyekpo right there. Hope he said, I will wait. I want to contribute. Hello, guy. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, please, the correct spelling for that name is Eyeto. There is it's a T in place of O, but okay. Yes, I want to be part of the program.
Okay.
For me, the greatest of all players of the century must be Pele.
Okay.
Nobody should argue that for his own contribution. And as at the time Pele played football, football was in its cruise stage, and he was able to impact so much. So for me, Pele continues to remain the greatest footballer of all time. Of the century.
Okay.
Then when it comes to our home, that way we come back home.
Yeah.
Our football is dying, or it's already dead. Let us say it's dying, because if you say it's dying, then means it's still alive. Our football is dead by the pattern we are using. I'm so happy with what the lady was said.
Yeah.
How can on earth everything that we have right here has been trashed, and we are now looking at only those people outside there? This is uncalled for. What it simply means is that we are just alive. We have nothing to contribute to our own. If it continues like this in a very near future, that means everything will be over. So please, let's look inward. This one that our coaches are saying abroad, everything is abroad. Please, let's look into it.
Exactly.
That thing is a big problem that must be corrected. And they should do it fast. Whatever way they will do it, let them do it. It's better they do it to get it right.
All right. I mean, you've spoken well, because it can't for something that if you are playing in the league and somebody's watching you, it will be at least you will be able to, confidence to say, but no matter how you play, but because you are playing here, say you are not good enough to play. I mean, I think that is what people are talking about here. Let's welcome Jimmy to the house.
I've always believed that.
Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Ever a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
I've always believed that our football is in the doldrums. I've always believed that administrators don't care. It looks like it's about their self-serving interest. But at the end of the day, I think the most crucial thing is for us to understand that we have to, undergo a proper overhaul of our structure, of our system, of the way we administer. Because at the end of the day, if all our penchant is about is, okay, we want to get foreign gaffers and we do not care about genuine football development, or let me not even talk about football alone. It's just supposed to be about sports generally.
Yeah.
We can say all we want about sports policy, but if the implementation is not right, if we don't have the right architecture that will lead us where we are supposed to be, we'll continue to be in the doldrums. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, the welfare of the protagonist is not being catered for. Athletes all over the nation, they are grumbling, they are groaning. You understand? So it's hard. It's hard to see where the light is at the end of the tunnel. It's hard. Yes, you might say there had been moves by the minister to get some things on and all that. But it's very important that as much as possible, we try to overhaul our structure.
Timmy,
totally.
All right, Timmy, how are you?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Ken.
Good afternoon.
Happy Sunday to all of you.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, so on this discussion, I've listened
attentively.
Yeah, so I listened attentively on the discussion regarding the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
The span across 3 generations, the Pele generation, the Maradona generation. But one thing we need to first of all understand is what was the operating environment then? And that is to what was the bias regarding the play. When Pele was playing, Pele is fantastic. We can say he's the greatest, right? But for the sake of discussion, right? What was the mode of operation then? There was no defense.
There was no what?
There was a defense.
There was very poor defense knowledge. So
Timmy, do you know they injured him in 1966 World Cup?
I know, but
they kicked the hell out of him. I'm sorry, but they kicked him so much that he couldn't continue.
Hold on. I understand all of that. Right?
Yeah.
But if you check those matches then,
Yeah.
score line 8-1, 7-2, 5-0, right? In the era of Maradona,
The rules have changed.
Maradona was maxed out, right? Now, so there was no defensive consciousness in the time of Maradona. Back again to the time of Messi. Messi's time again now is more of attack again, right? So Maradona's time, if you take that era, is the era where they were hacking players. You see injuries all over the place. Matches will end 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, right? And if you look at the impact, Pele, no doubt, fantastic, and he was the one who made the game popular. But even though Pele was fantastic, he was surrounded by equally fantastic players. Casemiro scored in every goal of that World Cup. Yes, several fantastic players playing with Pele. But at the time when Maradona won the World Cup, in fact, when he played against Italy in Naples, right, because he was playing for Napoli and his impact in Napoli, the Italians were backing Argentina just because he was more or less like a god of Napoli. So looking at the impact, let's leave character now. Looking at the impact to the team, impact to his environment, even though he was a foreigner.
I agree with you.
You need to appreciate Maradona. And on the play itself, that middle era where Maradona played was defensive consciousness very high, and he played tremendously, right? So for me, Maradona stands out for his play and his impact on his team because he raised the game of every other player around him.
Yeah. All right, Timmy, thank you. You know, others have to call in. Let me just. I agree with you to an extent because when he arrived in Naples, he turned Napoli into something
super
else,
club, yeah.
And it got to a level where in Naples, Maradona was seen as a demigod.
A demigod, yeah.
Maradona will be walking in the street of Naples, and mothers will come with their sons and say, "Please bless my child."
Yeah.
I mean, he was that idolized in Naples. So it has always been that way. That in Naples there is era before Maradona, Maradona, and after Maradona. Before Maradona, they won nothing. During Maradona, they won the league, they won the UEFA Cup. After Maradona, they won nothing.
So the discussion about the greatest of all time will always continue to be a very controversial subject.
No, because it's subjective.
Yeah, especially because in the 50s, in the 60s, 70s, where Pele did reign, and right up to 80s and 90s, where Maradona did play, it was usually about national team football. But right now, you're seeing the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo being more about club football because they are not able to, replicate what the likes of Pele and Maradona had been able to do at national level. Yes, they are leaders in their own rights, Messi and Ronaldo, but you cannot compare the way Pele and Maradona actually took the teams, on the neck and led them to victory. At national team level, we are talking about nationalities here, and
even at club levels.
Yeah, even at club levels,
they were great clubs. They were great clubs in the 60s and in the 70s. They were. I mean, forget the first era where Real Madrid, dominated the Champions Cup. I mean, when you're talking about Benfica,
if it's about the club, you cannot talk about the longevity. Maradona did not reign for so long a time at the club level. But you look at what Messi and Ronaldo have been able to do together.
Yes, they carried their clubs. I mean, that is
all through. It's almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades. So you have to give it to them on the club level.
The number of matches they are playing now compared to then.
See, the truth of the matter, to settle this argument, I've always said, analyze Pele and Maradona.
Okay, you want to analyze Paera.
Anyway, whether I would like it or not, even at that period, there has always been Copa Libertadores. There has always been Copa America. There has always been the World Cup, the European Championship.
And
1958,
the rules will continue to change.
Yes.
In fact,
right from 1958 to 1970.
Yeah.
For someone to have dominated the globe. Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, that's what Pele had been able to do.
Yes.
From that period, he dominated the globe as a young man, 17-year-old in 1958. Yeah. What he did, right now, you don't have anyone doing it.
That.
From
And
Sweden, from Sweden,
yeah.
to Chile,
Yeah.
from Chile to England, from Chile back to Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
Ah, no. So I mean, for
Across
goodness sake,
continent.
across continent. Okay, let's just take a little bit of football. Let's take handball. The handball league, National Handball League, is taking place right there. Okay, let's go to Italy and take this call
From Osas.
Hello, Osas. Osas, how are you?
Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
How are you?
Oh, fine, sir.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I want to contribute to this very
Please go
show.
ahead.
Yeah.
I really want to appreciate you, Ken, because I like your program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and your guests in the house.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it because they are doing wonderfully well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's one request I want to make, sir. This, what do you call it, Nigerian national team.
Yeah.
Most times when they are playing, we hardly watch the Nigerian match. I don't know if channel can please advise some of the matches they play at home or even away matches.
Okay.
Is it possible?
It has to do with rights. It is. We
rights.
only show you what we have the rights, and sometimes in collabo with the National Broadcasting Organization and whatever we do here, you know. So that is the BO and the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria and stuff. So we don't, you have to do these things. If you don't have the right, you don't show them. Like we're talking about, formally you can just take pictures, you can just hook up and show. But right now, even if they tell you when to use it, how to use it, because that is where they make their money. So basically, we follow the rules and we play by the rules. Those we can bring to you, we bring it to you live. Those we can't, we tell you what happened, which is our job. Thank you, Sas.
Okay.
Okay, Sas, no problem.
Calling all the way from Italy.
I know you're calling from Italy.
It's about the
someday we
passion.
can come there and watch that. But let's take this handball. Let's take the handball results. Let's take the handball results.
Mark day one results.
From day one results.
Riemann Strikers defeated Plateau Vipers 30-26.
Yeah.
COS Shooters Bono 10-0.
That's the chief of army staff shooters.
Yeah, that's a walkover over Bono Spiders.
Yeah.
Lagos Seasiders defeated at home Kada Stars. Niger United also lost at home to Canopilas.
I know it's
Canopilas.
not home and away.
Yeah.
It's a tournament.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
It's a tournament. Yeah.
DE Defenders 21-24.
Yeah.
That was in favor of Safety Shooters.
Yeah.
Delta Force lost at Delta Force 24-25. Confluence Stars.
Yes, that's the one.
So for the women,
Defender Babes 26, Seasider Babes 28.
Yeah.
Imo Grasshoppers 27, Kada Queens.
Imo Grasshoppers, the legends.
Kada Queens 19. Edo Dynamos 29, Safety Babes 27.
Yeah.
Plateau Peacocks 30, Desert Queens 11. Adorable Angels 38, Benue Queens 25.
And the chief of army staff shooters also
defeated Niger United
by
30-28. Another walkover between the Defenders
those
and
ones
ones you haven't played. Okay.
Yeah. So that is it. So for those of you in Abuja, you can go over there and watch handball, and then you can see that those are images, from the competition that is ongoing at the Federal Capital Territory. So we talked about handball, and there was a time that Nigerian females, the grasshoppers, they were not chopping grass, they were not hopping, they were beating, they were dominating Nigeria, they were dominating Africa.
Yeah.
They were a feared team. And I tell you this, and I think they are coming back, and I hope the people of Imo, I'm not talking about the government of Imo now, I'm talking about the people of Imo should support this team and bring them back so that we can go back to that past glory. It used to be. Let us, bring it back here. Government have a lot of things to do. Gentlemen, before you stay over, we are almost going home now. What else have we not added? Jimmy, you joined late, so
Osik and
Osik
and
yes,
your guy. Let me say it's your guy.
and then
Girl boy.
you can take this one because Fury, and Fury and
I'm so surprised that
Wilder is making allegations.
He's making allegations, and
Yeah.
I find it quite funny.
Yeah.
I think it's better he had kept it mouth shut.
Take that. Can we take it?
It's time for you to be a man and honor your agreement. What's this bullshit of you fighting Carlos Takam instead of me? You got to be kidding. When you were going through your darkest time, I told you that if you got yourself together, I will give you a title shot. Being a man of my word, I gave you the title shot.
All right. Okay.
When that fight was a draw, I told you that I will give you a rematch. Do you know I was offered more money to fight Joshua than I was getting to fight you? Again, being a man of my word, I fought you like I said I would. In the rematch agreement, there was a rematch clause. Now it is time for you to be a man and honor your word. Instead of trying to weasel out of your agreement, scared people run, but a scary man will break his contract. You coward.
All right. So that is it. He's saying the guy is a coward. That's what we are living now. We are saying let there be a Tyson Wilder 3. Let us settle this thing once and for all. Gentlemen,
There's nothing to settle.
it's been a pleasure.
We would decimate him,
No,
discombobulate him.
That is it. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a wonderful Sunday. Stay safe, stay blessed. Prepare yourself against COVID.